a handout, but I think I should just bring it over.
Well, it'll be
One of those two.
Holy Holy or
May
yeah,
God-
one of those two.
Yeah, you got it. Got a 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance with that.
Loving on the Spirit, on the Spirit, loving on the Spirit.
You guys repeat what I'm saying. What are we saying?
Loving on the Spirit. Looking at Reverend Elizabeth. Loving on the Spirit.
And let's let the sound of this next bell take us to the deepest place within us. Let's stand for our first couple of songs. I want to acknowledge our Jami and the What Else Is Possible band of musicians and singers, and our special guests today are Mr. Mike Gruhl and Steve Johnson. Let's give them some love. All right.
This first song is God's Grace. Guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
You guys ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. May God's grace offer us, all of us, all our lives be to feel peace, to embrace peace, to live in peace, to be peace. May God's grace give to us, all of us, all our lives be to feel peace, to embrace peace, to live in peace,
All right, friends, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste to our musicians. Namaste. Namaste to our tech team, Brian and Jesus. Blessings. Namaste. And namaste to our love streamers. Hello, whether you're viewing us on Facebook or YouTube or Zoom. Namaste. All right. And then as you take your seat, if you'll please take a moment to silence your cell phones and any other devices you have that make noise. And so, Grand Rising. Yes. Grand Rising, loves. Grand Rising. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Raleigh Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader for Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living. And I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather today is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. And it is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home, Steve. We've been waiting for you. Yeah. All right. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I embrace imperfection. I love myself exactly as I am. Now give yourself a big hug and repeat after me. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Wonderful, wonderful me. And so it is. And now, beloveds, our practitioner of the day, who is not a practitioner but a minister emeritus, and on our soul support team, Reverend Wayne. This is his first time doing this part. Usually he's a guest speaker, and that'll come soon enough too, but thank you. Let's give him some love. Yeah.
This is an opportunity and a challenge, both. And I gladly welcome it. We are a community that knows the power of prayer, and we offer several ways to receive prayers. You can fill out your prayer request that's coming up from this sheet that's in your program. Just fill it out, put it in the box over there, and all the practitioners' team will be working this week and every week for your healing, your guidance, your gifts. Or you can mail it to us at info@awakeningways.org, and be sure to write prayer request, quote unquote, in the subject line. And you can also contact one of the practitioners or ministers from the inside of the first page of everything, right there on the left side. And when Reverend Elizabeth is speaking, you can also use the notes. And pens are over there if you don't have one. I will be available in the lobby after the service if you'd like a short prayer or what we call a 3-minute miracle. And also we have a practitioner up front, Kristen, who is holding the high watch this morning. She's keeping us all in prayerful meditation. So, now I invite you to relax in the chairs as I share a reading from Ernest Holmes that I have selected from the February 1980 Science of Mind. And ironically, I found it this week as I am still unpacking. And the label on it was "From my first wife" in 1980. I did not know this was the harbinger of what was to come for me. That was a whole lot of years ago. And this comes from Dr. Ernest Holmes. Let us know that the law of mind, the law of God, operates exactly like a mirror. It reflects back to us what we present to it. Let us learn to rightly use the power greater than we are, accept it as ever present with us, responding to us, always reacting affirmatively when we do as we let it, always creating that new future that we accept. Let us begin to feel that we are worthy of the best to feel that we can envision. Let us get joy out of the living and have a sense of happiness about it. Let us learn to trust where we cannot trace, feeling that each day is an adventure down the pathway of love and success. Knowing now for Awakening Ways community filled with loving, joyous hearts, we are here to hear the wonderful talk that Reverend Elizabeth is going to give with eloquence, with grace, and with ease. And I know for us, any issues that we have, any concerns we have, are being held in the highest regard, watching over all, for we are all one, connected universally, individually, as this Spirit that we know as the power and the God of our understanding, as it moves through us, is us, as us, awakening our spiritual lives to the spiritual magnificence that we are becoming. For we are worthy, we are worth it, and we are exceptionally glad to be right here, right now, in the present moment. And the music is extra special today with these extra guests. And I know that they come with joy in their hearts and the songs from their souls. And so we give thanks this morning for being here, for everyone here, even the Zoomers, for we are togetherly joined as one conscious unit, awakening not only our ways, but others as well. And so we say together with great release, knowing the law makes it so, and so it is.
And so it truly is groovy. This is a song from my childhood, and as I enter my second childhood, I'm still feeling groovy. Sing along if you want. Slow down, you move too fast. Last year, looking for fun and feeling groovy. You move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestone, looking for fun and living through
Peace out. All right. Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, I see some new faces. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Oh, wow. Here we are at the end of July. Has it been a long month? No, it went fast, didn't it? Yes, pretty fast. So I'm very sad to announce that my origami business has folded. Thank you. I love you, Frank. Thank you. Thank you for getting me. When I knew I was going to share that joke today, I thought, oh man, this could fall flat. But you guys laughed. I love you guys. So this month has been all about celebrating the beauty of our perceived imperfections to unlock the power of radical acceptance. And so the question is, what would it be like to embrace life exactly as it is, to embrace ourselves exactly as we are, cultivating compassion and fostering a community of love and respect? Yeah, that would be magnificent, yes? And that's what we're up to, isn't it? That is what we're up to, absolutely. Hi! Oh, lots of people who haven't been here in a while are here today. Yay! So, imperfections. And wow. So I'm just going to give us a review. So if you missed a week or two, you'll get caught up right now. So first of all, we had week 1 a few weeks ago with the talk title of What if perfectionism isn't, or what if perfection isn't the goal? And in that talk, we looked at how perfectionism actually hinders our growth. When we're trying to have things be perfect before we make a move, then we get stuck because it's never going to be exactly the right and perfect way, you know? And so we're encouraged to act a way is made, yes? And so we can take that first step, and now for some of us, that is really challenging, isn't it? It's like things have to be just so. And so taking that first step became a spiritual practice in and of itself. And that was a powerful thing for us to look at and experience. And then at the same time, looking at different areas of our life, or just noticing really things that were not perfect according to us, right? And noticing ourselves and how we react and what we want to do or say to try to make it perfect. And then for us to actually experience the freedom and the joy, that liberation and beauty of being in the present moment without attachment to that is so rich, isn't it? And so as spiritual beings having a human experience in this community called Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, we are the bringers of light. We are the way showers. We are divine legends. Remember that? Yes. So we were called to, while everyone else in the world was starting to forget who they are, if you know what I mean, and whose they are, we knew that that couldn't be true for us, that we as a spiritual community were called to be the light, we're called to be bright, and we're called to shine the light of truth and be a place of love and respect, even in the face of certain conditions and circumstances, yes? Again, another high, holy spiritual practice, right? And so we're up to something here, and we were called to stand strong, and we're still called to do this, by the way. Stand strong and powerfully in our oneness and not be swayed by the weapons of mass distraction. Weapons of mass distraction, what is that? Media, right? Yes. And so the call for us was not to get hypnotized by fear or doubt or worry, because this is what happens. We're fed something over and over and over, and then we start to believe it on an unconscious level, and then we're walking it, and next thing you know, we're shouting at our neighbors or whatever, right? And that's kind of what has been building up for at least the past month, yes? And so lots of anxiety. And for us as spiritual beings having a human experience, and us as Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, we're called to be that space of peace, to be emissaries of peace, and to love everyone. And be inclusive of everyone, yes? Can I get an amen? Yeah. All right. And I shared, and Jimmy and the band and choir sang the song the next week, but it was the Karen Drucker words, "Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now." I actually sang that, I think. So we're reminded that as emissaries of peace, do we want to try it? Okay. I'm going to say the first part, then you guys can do the second part. Let there be peace. Let there be love. Let there be joy. We are making a new world now. All right. So that softened me, right? That softens, it just has a way of softening us. Singing is so powerful, right? So as emissaries of peace, my friends, our soul support team have been writing and sharing prayers of peace daily. Now we're sharing with one another, and we're ready to start sharing those prayers with the greater public. I'm just going to get permission from our soul support team to do this. And we can post these on Facebook and our social media, and also in our e-news, so that you too can have a peace prayer daily, or at least for the week, that you get to see. Do you want that? Yes. Yeah, right? So we're called to remember who and whose we are, even when the politics come up, because that's what's up right now, yes? Yeah. So how can we maintain a safe space for everyone in this community? Well, this was something that was defined before I even got here, which was that we don't talk about politics or events while in service or at any Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living gathering. And we actually respect the differing opinions of others, because we aren't allowing ourselves to get hypnotized by the media. In other words, we have our beliefs, we know what we know who we're voting for, but we don't need to create more discord. What we're called to do and be is create a level of peace. And so you can know who you are and not have to. Ernest Holmes said it so well: be for something and against nothing. Show me one person who can be for something and against nothing. And he said, and then the heaven will come to earth. Like we are walking in Eden when we are for something and against nothing. Are you with me? Yes. And so don't be hypnotized by the media. And so I shared also the Rumi quote, "The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep." This is also our calling. If you're going to remember anything from this month, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words: don't go back to sleep. We're awake, we're aware, we're listening. You're in agreement with me right now, but if somebody triggers you, don't fall asleep. Wake up and be that space and remember who you are and remember whose you are and remember what we're up to here. Yes? Yes. This is for me too, you know. So the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Remember your high, holy self. I love that. And so week 2 was all about us leaning into imperfection. And so remembering that there's nothing in me but God, and leaning into those aspects of ourselves that maybe we don't like as much or we're not too happy about. Does anybody have any of those? Or is it just me? Right? Yeah. And so even if we don't want to admit that we have those, there's probably something little. And I shared a small thing for myself, and I also shared a kind of a big thing that was creating or had the potential to create shame. And shame is existing if I am feeling like I can't share it, right? So if there 12-step programs say you're only as sick as your secrets, and it's so true. We're only as sick as our secrets. And so, yeah, share, because guess what? Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. But we don't believe in sin here anyway, so it's God calling. So leaning into imperfection, and we looked at shame and what that is, and our book of the month is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, and that is such a powerful book. We used it last year, and it's one of those books that you can bring back every year and just read a little more and have a little bit of a greater understanding of what's happening. And this year, I really had a deep embodied understanding of this thing called shame and the many, many different areas of my life where it was impacting me either in the past or some area in the future, and enough so that I could now stop when I started to feel a particular way and look and say, what am I ashamed of right now? What's the shame here? What is it? And then looking at it, it's like, well, nothing. So I don't need to feel this way. I feel good. Yeah. And just like that, it dissolved, Powerful, right? And so Brené Brown described shame as the intensely painful feeling or experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love and belonging. Either something we've experienced, done, or failed to do makes us unworthy somehow of connection. Anybody ever feel that way? Yeah, I know, but I agree with Brené Brown in that this is not helpful or productive. It's not a helpful or productive feeling. And so it comes up for us, though. However, courage, compassion, and connection are actually the gifts of imperfection. And so we receive these gifts when we are authentic and being ourselves. And these are actually the gifts of wholehearted living. And so a reminder for us that there was actually nothing lacking when God created us and declared all creation good, and there was nothing lacking when we arrived on this physical plane as newborns, and there is nothing lacking now. There is nothing lacking in you right now. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. You are a beneficial presence on the planet. You're already a beneficial presence on the planet. What gifts are you bringing into the world? You remember now that your life actually does matter. Your consciousness makes a difference. And we're called to be proud of who we are and the way that we show up for others, the way that we show up for ourselves, because that's really the way we also show up for others. So how are we showing up for ourselves? How are we showing up for ourselves? And remembering that God wouldn't change one thing about me. And I am okay. In fact, I'm more than okay. I'm thriving. And I am constantly becoming the best version of myself, better and better every day, because I'm shedding false belief, disbelief, old shame, anything that doesn't match who I'm becoming, which is this bright, brilliant, sparkly, amazing, cool self, right? It makes me happy. Yeah, That part of you, like there's this part of you that wants to shine and that wants to experience bliss and joy, and that's your higher self. That's the highest self within you that wants to come out. Now look around at each other and just see that higher self in each other. It's sparkly good, yes? Yeah. God wouldn't change one thing about you, and neither would I. I love you. And week 3, which was last week, we had Jami Lula here. Were you all here for Jami Lula? He was amazing, right? And he spoke about actually the effects of shame last week. And no coincidence, but he opened up his talk naming specific identities of his past and things that created shame within him. He didn't say it that way, but that's what happened. And in doing so, he shined the light of truth upon them because he knows that that's not who he is. I can understand how you would feel that way, but that's not your truth, right? That was so powerful, wasn't it? And so he shared with us, for those of you who weren't here, that when he gets caught up in this illusion of unworthiness, which is the byproduct of shame, I'm not worthy, we're not worthy, right? And when that happens for him, his wife will place her hand on him and say, it's so understandable that you would feel this way, and that's not who you are. Which is so beautiful because it's like, I hear what you're saying, and I understand, and it's very understandable how you would feel that way, and I also know your truth, and I want to remind you that that is not who you are. Powerful, yes? So that was beautiful. And then this month, we also had our intro call for our spiritual pilgrimage to Bali, the island of the gods, in September 2025, and we have 10 registered, and we have 6 more before we can start planning our trip. Yeah, so if you've been considering it or are on the fence, please talk to me after the service. I would love to share a little bit more with you. So a pilgrimage is a great opportunity to go on a spiritual journey, especially during life transitions, when you're considering making major changes in your life, or you're just actually seeking an increase in spiritual awareness and self-awareness. So good. And so here we are, right? Boom, just like that. What's a pilgrimage? A pilgrimage is a sacred journey, and I just shared a little bit about that. So I also want to share with you, I have received some downloads from the divine of positively life-affirming narratives. Now, these are plans. So what's your plan? Everybody needs a plan. Everybody needs a positively life-affirming narrative. And so this one just popped up. I had downloaded this from the divine. The divine wrote it through me a couple of years ago now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it is, I am enough. And it's so appropriate because that, just speaking that, I didn't realize before, but it dissolves any shame that may be there. So it goes like this. I am enough. More than enough. I'm the full package. All that in a bag of chips. The cherry on top. My life is a brilliant expression of abundant joy, and I am steeped in boundless bliss. I radiate kindness and leave sprinkles of sparkly joy wherever I go. I shine the light of love onto all who I meet and greet throughout my day. My intention is joy, and it's bubbling up from the core of my being. Waves of giddy bliss cause me to do a little happy dance. Woo! I laugh out loud as I skip my way through the day. Woo! Oh, yes. I love that. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. We are so powerful, my friends. We are so, so powerful. Beyond measure. We are stronger than we think. We are more powerful than we have imagined. And we do have the power to transform ourselves, the environment in which we find ourselves, and our communities and the world. And so the question we've got to ask ourselves is, who am I going to be in this situation? Who am I going to be as we move forward into the rest of the year? And I'm specifically speaking about the political temperature, right? Now, I'm not talking about politics. When we say we're not talking about politics, we're not talking about specific policies, because then we go into this thing of polarization, right? And we aren't going into polarization, we're going right down the middle. So it's like right here in the middle is the middle way, and we are to remain in that equanimity and that space of love and wholeness and unity, because that's what we know to be true, yes? Yes. All right. Any questions? Awesome. So there's a fun homework assignment for this week, and that homework assignment is for you to do a compassion walk. And you can do this however many times you want to, but the invitation is to go to a local park. You have one right out here, right? Well, that's not the park, that's the lake, but you know what I mean. And go for a contemplative walk, either in a park or some other nature setting. Some of you may live in an area that has a lot of nature. You're surrounded by nature, you can go out in there, or maybe even on a hike if you like to do hikes, or maybe you go for a walk on the beach. Any one of those is great. And so during this walk, the invitation is for you to observe and embrace the imperfections and diversity that you are finding in nature. For example, you might be looking at the varied colors and shapes of flowers and leaves and trees. If you're at the ocean, you may be looking at the various shapes of the shells and the different waves and just everything that you see, all the different sand and all of that. And notice that, and notice the imperfect patterns on things like tree bark or the different textures of the different leaves. We found something at the ocean a week or so ago, and it looked like a rock, but when I picked it up, it was wood, and so it was a lot lighter than I had expected. Have you ever done that? And you just go, woo! Yeah. So notice all the different imperfections wherever you choose to walk. And then also begin to cultivate a deep sense of compassion and acceptance for yourself and for others and the world around us as you're on your beautiful walk. You can be in silent reflection of the peace that you are bringing into the world, or whatever it is you want to bring into the world. And allow yourself to explore and see what's out there. Now, this is one of your homework assignments, should you choose to accept it. And we'll also send this info out in the e-news on Tuesday. And then there's going to be some questions that you'll want to ask yourself and journal about this week. Now, number one is, in 12-step programs, they say you're only as sick as your secrets. So A, what have you been secretive about that you don't need to be secretive about anymore? Maybe it served you up until now. And B, is there someone you can share this secret with to liberate yourself from that bondage of shame? Is there someone? Well, I want to invite you to contact me. You can contact me. And then I had this vision of having like a confessional. And then I thought, well, that's usually anonymous, right? And anyway, you can call. I'm definitely not judging. I'm encouraging you to continue to move forward, being all that you came here to be, which is unstoppable. And we've got to release these things that we think are stopping us, or release the things that would have us be unworthy, because you are worthy. Now, I would love for you to turn to someone and say, you are worthy. And I'll turn to someone else and say, you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. And now turn to another person and say, I am worthy. 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 And now we are worthy. We are worthy. We are worthy. Yes, we are. So you can contact me anytime. If you don't feel comfortable contacting me, you can also contact anyone on the soul support team, practitioners and ministers. And so I'm going to invite the musicians to come on up as we wrap it up here. And in conclusion, we're wrapping up the month of July and I'm inviting us all to actually embrace imperfection, any of our perceived imperfections, as a catalyst for transformation. And as we do this, we see whatever areas or aspects of ourselves and our lives that we think are imperfect, but as we embrace those, we actually lift ourselves up. And we lift ourselves up and we are becoming more of who we came here to be. And we let go of these unrealistic expectations so that we can live an authentic life of self-compassion and joy. This helps us to create a vibrant and expansive experience of life, expressing our inherent beauty. Sounds wonderful. Yes, Nina? Thank you. She said, yeah. Friends, let's not waste any more time on shame. Let's recognize it for what it is and remember that you are perfect, that I am perfect, and the world needs you, just like the world needs me and all of you. The world needs us. Our consciousness makes a difference. You matter, and you are important. Remember who and whose you are as we go forth into the week and things come up, and continue to be the person who maintains a safe and sacred space. Yes? This ground upon which we walk is holy. Let's remember that. Wherever you find yourself is holy ground. Always. And remember, the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. There is nothing in me but God. There is nothing in you but the divine. Repeat after me. I am enough. More than enough. I'm the full package. All that in a bag of chips. I am the cherry on top. And so it is. Let's take a deep breath together. And one more. And let's take one more. And so together in this breath, I know and remember and claim and recognize and declare that there is only one thing happening right here and right now, and it is the divine. And this divine presence is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is in, as, and through each individual here. This presence wants to love through us. It wants to live through us. It wants to enjoy this beautiful, magnificent life that we have. It has birthed us into existence as individualized expressions of it. And so who are we to stand in the way of the magnificent good that it is bringing into the world? This week, I know I will let my light shine. I let my light shine like never before. And I know this is true for each individual here, for anyone that's viewing us, either now or sometime in the future, that we are letting our lights shine. And this light is shining so brightly. People are drawn to us, and love is drawn to us, and more light is drawn to us. And as we continue to lift ourselves up in our thought, we are raising our own vibrational frequency to be the light in the world. And we can increase that, turn the dial up even more as we continue our prayers, our meditation, our spiritual practices, our contemplative walking, our sacred fellowship, our volunteer serving as a volunteer, getting out of ourselves and being part of something that is greater than ourselves, and in our conscious giving and our spiritual education. There's something happening already, and it is up-leveling like never before, and the spiral is going upward, and so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this entire community continuing to be lifting up our own lives and lifting up the life of this community and lifting up the life of Atascadero and the surrounding communities and the state and the country. It is magnificent, and we remember that we are powerful beings of light and love. And the breeze at dawn has secrets to tell us, and we do not go back to sleep because we love being awake. When we're awake and aware, we are filled with the love of the divine, and we know who we are and whose we are, and it is so good. And I'm so grateful for this good, and I know that every little imperfect thing that we see and noticed about ourselves is dissolved now because we love ourselves. We are wonderful and magnificent, and we know that we are loved and that Spirit loves us exactly as we are. And it is so awesome. And so with great gratitude, I can release this prayer into that loving and creative action of the law where I know it is so, and I invite you to help me anchor this truth by saying with me, and so it is. Yes. Thank you.
Keep on learning. Riders, keep on riding. World, keep on turning. 'Cause there's no need too long. Cowards, stop your lying. Good people, keep on trying. World, keep on turning. 'Cause it won't be too long. Sometimes Daddy let me try it again. The last time I heard I read the whole lot of sin. Sometimes I found the land around I'll keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. Keep on teaching. Preachers, keep on preaching. World, keep on turning. 'Cause it won't be too long.
an awesome, awesome day. Okay, it's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? Thank you. We've got Nina and Betty ushering today. Come on up. Yay. Oh, right up here. Yeah. I think they coordinated their outfits too. Aren't they beautiful? Yay. Thank you for being in service. Okay, so if you're viewing us online, you can make your donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. And you can either pay with your PayPal account or with a credit card. If you're in the room and didn't bring cash or a check, you can use this awesome QR code to scan it and then add whatever amount you want to put in the basket for today. And so then you would put your phone over your heart. But if you have your gift with you, I invite you to take that and place it over your heart. And musicians, please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
So it is.
Is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I
highest and best use of ourselves, our individuals, our lives, this community, Awakening Ways, moving spirit to its magnificent. And we are so grateful for this truth, knowing that it is so. And so it is.
And so it is. All right, thank you so much, Reverend Wayne. Let's give Reverend Wayne some more love. And how about our musicians? Thank you. You guys are amazing. Woo! It's now time for our announcements angel to come up, and we have, I almost said Reverend Susan. She'll be a minister soon, but Susan. Thank you.
The green light is on. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, this thing I'm about to say kind of has something to do with my ministerial training. Can you believe that we are more than halfway through 2024? No, we cannot believe that. Time flies when we are grandly rising, right? So we thought it would be a good idea to let you guys know a bunch of things that are happening for the rest of the year so you can get your calendars marked up. So I created a little sheet in the back that's in a plastic holder. You can take a picture of it if you want, or you can take a pen and write down the dates. These are the major things that are happening. There'll be other things, but these are kind of the big ones, okay? For instance, actually, Sunday, September 29th, we're going to have a potluck picnic dance party in the park. Okay, and so what we thought we would do, last year we had our musicians and all the equipment and everything, a big production. This time we thought we would just have a great dance party with a good playlist so that all of the people in the band and the singers can just come and eat and dance and have fun. So that's coming up. We'll be telling you more about that as the days get closer. Also, in October, we have an artist, Bob Sima, who is coming to be our guest musician and have a concert. And I'd like to invite Travis to come up and tell us about Bob.
Good morning, Awakening Ways. So my role at Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living is the booking agent and artist liaison. And it's been my pleasure to bolster up our already blessed music program. Over the year, we have had some amazing artists, Daniel Nahmad, Karen Drucker, Gary Lynn Floyd, our own Heartbloom Kirtan, and many others. And in October, we're going to be in for a treat. You're not going to want to miss this. So Bob Sima, we originally met Bob Sima on his, what tour was that? That was the Movers, the Shakers, and the Peacemakers. This man, if I could describe his music, would be a little bit like if you put Bob Dylan, John Lennon, and Gandhi in a mixing bowl, and with a little dash of Rumi. Actually, a lot of Rumi. But anyway, he is in support of his 10th CD recordings, and he'll be in California in October. We'll definitely want to miss this. He has been touring for many years with his wife, Shannon Plummer, and together they are called Where the Light Gets In. So if you want to Google Bob Sima or Where the Light Gets In and get a little taste of his music, you could do that. Thank you.
Thank you. It's October 20th, and we were able to reserve the pavilion so that we can stay here and have a concert after the service. And then also in November, which I didn't write down the date, how dumb of me. November, I believe it's November 17th. November 17th is Love's Table. That's our annual potluck for the holiday, a holiday potluck. And we're going to do a Maker's Fair again, which we did last year. And Betty is going to head that up for us. So all of you artists, all of you makers out there, start thinking about this, because it was a wonderful opportunity to highlight the beautiful skills and gifts of people in our community, and also to stock up on some great gifts just ahead of the holidays. So those are a couple of things, and you can find all that on the sheet in the back. Every Wednesday, our practitioner, Ann Hanline, is offering an hour of meditation and inspiration from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at our office on El Camino Real. And then the information for the spiritual pilgrimage to Bali with Reverend Elizabeth is now available. And there's a link in the e-news that will take you to everything you need to know. And there is a sign-up sheet back there if you would like to sign up, but you can always just go direct drive to the Rev and tell her that you want to go, and she'll tell you everything you need to know. Our book of the month for July is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Brene writes, "This book is an invitation to join a small, quiet, grassroots movement that starts with each of us saying, 'My story matters because I matter.'" The book is for sale at the back table for $20, and we do have the Science of Mind magazine for July and August, which is available for $10. And so I would like to just give a big shout out to all of our volunteers and all of our staff. We love you. Brian, Jesus, all of you beauties over there, thank you so much.
And let's give Susan some love. She does so much here. And let's stand for our benediction and call and response. Let's circle up. Hi. Bye. Okay, friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone? That God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need to do is turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woo!
May I